Bam! Hi, everybody. I'm Rayceen Pendarvis, and I'm here with.
I am Beverly, Miss Chocolate White. Uh, that's what I've been going by for a long time now, so I like it.
I like it. It seems to work with you, and it's an amazing thing. So I'm here with this amazing, I would say, a woman of many faces. You're a woman of many faces and many voices,
Yes.
and that's kind of like your catchphrase.
Yes, yes.
And how did you come up with that?
Well, working with and coming up with one woman, many voices is well about domestic violence and intimate partner violence. I have been in a situation myself. I came across women that were too afraid to speak. I came across LGBTQ community that were afraid to speak. And so I said, you know what, I'm just one woman, but I can speak for everybody. So it's many voices of mine. And sometimes they take on a little accent as well.
How
You
about
know.
that? So it seems like it's many people that live in you, and many.
Yes,
So you are a woman who wears many hats.
yes,
So tell us some of the things that you're involved in, and tell us, I know you as a comedian.
yes.
So tell us some of the things that you've been involved in as a comedian and all your other hats.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be on stage. I always wanted to be a performer. And sometimes I get out there and then the stage fright would take over. But I've always wanted to do that. And so I would do it on and off with fashion, with storytelling, with my comedy. And my comedy, I wanted to be Mom's Mabley. I wanted to be Joan Rivers. I wanted to be Carol Burnett and just tell
Icons,
stories. Yes,
all
yes,
icons.
all icons. And I didn't see that many, out there. And I wanted to be that person to just talk about life. Just sometimes you just can't make things up, And I found out that we comedians and performers have so much in common with our backgrounds. Most of us come from dysfunctional families. Most of us were you know, hurt or abused and that was our outlet of, even when we tell the story of our abuse and stuff, it takes on a comedic edge
How about
sometimes.
your ability to turn trauma into triumph?
Yes,
And I think that's so amazing. Like we're doing it now. We're in a building that is having construction and scaffolding and everything going outside and people in and out and all this background noise. So what we're doing is we're turning trials and tribulations into triumph.
and that's,
Triumph.
that's exactly what
We're
it is.
turning into an amazing interview, and we're pulling in all of the sounds that we're hearing, and it's fueling us to be better doing this interview, and we're not allowing it to interrupt or take away from this wonderful, engaging experience that we're bringing the audience into. And as a performer, how do you get into a zone? How do you find a space?
Well, sometimes that can be challenging. It depends on the audience. But being raised by so many different family members in foster homes and going through this, you had many avenues that you had to take on these personalities. So you had the church experience. Most of us were raised in little black churches, little country churches, and so my mom wrote recitations, they call them in poems. So you got comfortable with standing in front of people, at the Easter plays and such as that, and then singing in school and stuff. And so, but you still get nervous before you go on. But then when you go on and put that mic in your hand and that light comes on, you're a different person. You just live for it and you forget about everything around you but pleasing those people in front of you or getting that applause, that validation. Sounds sad, but you still want that validation.
I think everybody likes it. I think it's like I say to many times in many experiences to many people, it's addictive. It's a
Yes,
drug, and it's the best drug of choice. It's that drug that we all want, and it's free.
it's free.
And it's free. It doesn't. You don't have to go into your rent money. You don't have to
Yeah.
rob anybody. You don't have to sell or prostitute yourself. But kind of, you feel like a prostitute on
You
stage.
do, and then
You feel
sometimes
like
you
it.
feel like an addict because it is addictive. So now you're always looking for that high. When you come off stage and then you come back to reality and it lasts for a moment and then you need that next hit. It's like you getting the next hit when you go back out on stage again.
Right.
But it's a wonderful feeling. But yeah, you can get be that person. And so my father actually gave me the name of Chocolate. And so when I would go on stage, I would sometimes feel like you had all these personalities because
You
it
have
was
to. You have
Chocolate on stage, but Beverly came home.
You have to. I have many personas and many personalities. You have to and survive in life.
Yes.
We have characters that we have to put on at work. Good morning. How are you?
Yes,
it's good to
yes,
see you.
yes.
And considering that we've gone through hell getting to
Yes.
work, that we had to cuss people out, we had to be mama, daddy, uncle, aunt, everything,
Absolutely,
child. And
absolutely.
people don't know that the trials and the tribulations that you go before stage or when you go into work or go into different spaces, you have to get into a zone and create a character.
You do.
You have to smile when sometimes you and your partner, like you say, you've been a victim of domestic violence and you've had an experience, and the next day you have a show to do.
Yes. Or the people that are out there. When I first went to, after getting abused and went to court, I went in to get a restraining order, and the first thing that hit me was the office had an area for the kids to play, like a pediatrician office. And so that has hit me because now this is Monday morning and they're coming in with their kids, and the kids playing over here in the room because life still has to go on and you still have to put that face on to go out here and face the world, punch the world, and nobody knows sometimes when you're screaming inside.
And they don't. And with, I think a lot of times with victims, they internalize and they feel like they're the one to blame, and they're not.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with you, the fact that someone is abusing you.
Yes.
It's the fact that they need help.
Yes.
They need help.
Absolutely.
And they need, and then you need help after it's over to heal.
And it's continuously getting therapy or healing yourself or being around positive people or, that takes time, but it helps when you have the support system, when you have that family of friends that know you unconditionally and do it, because it can make you crazy, it can make you hard. I have people all the time that tell me they either see me as this warm, loving, wonderful person, or they're like, okay, you know what, we're gonna take a minute to get with you. We can't get with you,
Because
you become, I understand
what you say in your stand-up, you become
that bitch.
You become what?
I become that bitch. And I don't mean to be. I didn't know that I am, but I think I was raised by bitches. So I think it's just, it comes naturally. I don't know that, but I was raised by drag queens. I was raised by my mom. And if I look back on it, even my foster mom and stuff, they were bitches. So it took me over 60 years to embrace my bitchiness.
How about that?
Fine tune it.
And tweak it.
And tweak it.
And know how to make a bitch a good thing.
Yes.
And know how to be a good
And so
bitch.
when someone calls me a bitch, I just go, thank you so much.
You give, I am that bitch.
Right.
And speaking of being that bitch, what do you have coming up? What are some of your ambitions and your dreams and some of your future goals for Miss Chocolate?
I have I'm finalizing my book, actually. I have just been putting it down, putting it up. And I went, you know what? Everybody's writing a book. Girl, you are a book. So I was like, put it to paper, stop procrastinating. I have met fabulous people in the last couple of years, you as well, not have been knowing you over 40 years, but people, yes, you have a chapter, you have a couple of chapters. But I always say to Rayceen that, nobody has ever given me anything. I think I told you this one time. I said, except you. And I said, what you gave me was life. And I embraced that because it was like,
thank you.
That's what brought me out and started doing. I need to finalize these things. I could be a procrastinator, so I'm finishing that. I'm actually going to be performing my one-woman show soon. I'm pleased about that. I've been trying to keep stuff to myself. I had a couple of titles for it, but I keep coming up with too many things.
That's because there's too many people in you, all these personalities.
Yes,
so
too many things.
The bitch might change the title, Chocolate might change the title, Miss White might change the title, so all these people might change the title.
It's so many things. So, and then I've been performing in plays and things like that. It's just been amazing. I'm so blessed to that I have this talent, but I'm blessed to be around people that see the talent as well and giving me and opening doors and giving me these opportunities. And like I said, that validation comes in again. But I'm so glad I'm surrounded by new people.
It's
People like
important.
you.
Thank you. I received that because each one teach one, and we all
Yes.
have to lift each other up. We all have to carry the door. If I open a door, I'm supposed to open a door for someone else.
Absolutely.
Or if a door is supposed to close, we're supposed to open up a window and
Exactly.
fly through the window.
Exactly.
So we have to make ways for others to come through. And I believe that all of our experiences get us to here.
It does.
And it makes us all of who we are. And we take the challenges and it becomes a hurdle that we jump over. Or we jump through, or
Absolutely.
we break through, or kick
Yes.
down.
Yes.
So we use all of those, and I like this. I think that I'm going to continue using this phrase that I came up with early. We take our trials and make them tribulations.
We do.
I mean, at triumphs.
Triumphs.
Our trials and make them triumphs.
Triumphs.
So I like that. That's going to be my new kind of little phrase that I might throw in from time to time. So take your trials and your
Yes.
experiences and make them triumphs. And it all makes you stronger. I think it makes you a better performer,
It does.
a better person, and I feel like to create these spaces as an artist, poet, and writer, and you're a comedian, you're a mother. I mean, you
Yes.
wear many hats. You are
grandma.
all of those things. So
Yeah.
you bring all of that
Yeah.
experience to the stage with you.
I do.
Or in your writing experience, you use all that makes you who you are. And then you give it back to the audience.
You do.
And they relate to it and they laugh, they cry, they write, they cuss you out, call you that bitch.
Okay.
We were on the street one day after one of your performances, and this little boy came
was
over
10
to
years
he was
old.
10 years old, had just saw you on stage and said, "Oh my God, you're that bitch." And
Took a
I was
picture with his family.
Oh
and
my God,
everything.
he was like so
"You're
excited. He
that bitch."
introduced his whole family
Yes.
to all of us. He was so moved by you.
Yeah.
And how did you feel at that?
Oh my
moment?
God, it was like I was crying actually, and it was just so much because I didn't know if I had even reached the audience, and now with this, I didn't even know there was anyone in there under 21, and now to come outside and know that I had touched someone that was that age and a boy, and his face lit up and his family's face lit up, and he just went, "You're that bitch." I also told him not to go to school to say that now. Okay?
Don't say that to your teacher.
Don't say that to your mama and your teacher. But it made me feel worthy. It made me feel proud. It made me feel, yes, that I did reach somebody. Yes, because sometimes you can come off as white noise and blah, 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 And to know that you have reached one. Because sometimes we just want to reach one. It could be 500 people in the audience. But to reach one is absolutely amazing. My heart was so full.
How about that? You use all that experience and you make it your own and you control it. And you everything that you go through, you make it your own. Everything, like we're making everything that we're experiencing today through this building and all the sound effects and the trauma. We're taking all of that with us and we're utilizing it because it's fueling me to either project and not say, or just kind of tune it out. And it's kind of like, and if you're watching us right now and you hear all of that, imagine what we're going through. We're working through it. So take this journey with us. Come with us and experience what we have to say and what we're listening and what we're going through. So how can people follow you?
Oh, well, I'm getting so used to social media because I think at my age, I was just familiar with Facebook. So I have friends like you and Zar that's showing me how to do social media. So I have a Twitter account. I am Miss Chocolate BW on Twitter. I am also Miss Chocolate BW on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Beverly White. And then I have my page for domestic violence, one woman, many voices. So if you search me out there, you can find me.
And that's important, finding you,
Yes.
connecting with you. And you talk about your experiences as an artist. I feel like as an artist, when we're able to share it and make ourselves vulnerable, it brings the audience in. They relate to us, they understand us, they feel our pain, they know our joy, they take this experience with us. They see us rise. Sometimes they like to see us fall. But the
Yes.
good thing is when we fall, we come
We
right
come
back
back
up.
up. And
we
we're
come,
surrounded by people that the hand is there. If you look around, there is a hand there. Just pulling you up. Just going, I got you, boo. I got you. I'm always glad I'm surrounding myself with those type of people that will go, oh, she's having a bad day, or it's not about me, or it's not that. But here I am, we're here. Here's, that's the most amazing thing that
to
I
be
have
able,
discovered.
or when you fall,
Yes.
to be able to look up and see that
Yes,
hand.
and see that hand. And that there's a hand there.
How about that? And that's so important.
Yes.
And it's so important that as artists, comedians, poets, writers, dancers, preachers, teachers, mothers, fathers, that we are not alone in this world, that everybody has a right at the table. Their experiences under the human being experience. As human beings, we bond and we cry, we laugh, we have joy, we have pain. So if those who are watching have been inspired, follow this amazing woman, continue following me, continue on our journey, inspire us.
Yes.
Tell us your stories. Let's just hear from you. Inspire us to be better as we inspire you to be better. So I like to say thank you for watching.